every county. This is your statewide newscast. Arkansas Today.
The Speaker of the Arkansas House leaving for another job. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us for Arkansas Today. I am Aaron Nolan. Speaker Jeremy Gillum, who is serving his second term, will become the University of Central Arkansas's Director of Governmental Affairs and External Relations. Gillum has served in the House since 2011 and is Speaker of the House since 2015. His last June 15th, going to be here quick. That's when a House caucus meeting will determine his successor for the remainder of the year. Gillum is hoping for Republican Matthew Shepard to take over that job. More news out of the House this afternoon. State Rep Warwick Sabin has officially announced his candidacy for Little Rock mayor. Sabin formed an exploratory committee last July when he was considering this run. Now it's official. His campaign is running on a theme of new ideas, new energy, and real results. Sabin joins Frank Scott Jr., Vincent Tolliver, and Baker Curris as the only confirmed candidates. The filing deadline for this race is August 17th. Current Mayor Mark Stodola is not running for re-election in this race. A small airplane at the Springdale Airport ran off the runway while taking off this morning. The pilot was the only person on board, and that pilot was not injured. The remains of a Northeast Arkansas man killed in the attack on Pearl Harbor is finally heading home. U.S. Navy Seaman First Class Glenn Tipton was a Randolph County native who was killed when his ship, the USS Oklahoma, capsized. His remains will return to Walnut Ridge around 7 o'clock tonight, courtesy of the Arkansas Air National Guard. A visitation will be held Thursday from 6 to 8 at the Wings of Honor World War II Museum that is in Walnut Ridge. Memorial service will follow at 10 on Friday. More than 3,000 concealed carry holders in Arkansas can bring guns into once restricted places. The state started offering the new enhanced carry licenses at the beginning of this year. But as Arkansas Today's Jesse Tenur found out, there's still a lot of confusion over where you can and cannot carry a gun.
If concealed carry holders in Arkansas
3 shots, 6 seconds. Ready?
Pass a 50-shot test and sit through a 6-hour class, they get the new enhancement on their license, allowing them to carry guns in public colleges and sporting events, common areas of airports, even the state capitol.
I mean, that's why we got the license. We want to be able to carry everywhere.
But you'll still see signs when you go to a show at the Robinson Center, take your kids to the zoo, or renew a license at the Game and Fish Commission that read firearms are prohibited. Instructor Nathan House says there should be an exemption here, enhanced carry licensees.
And they want the ability to be able to carry, and the law seems to indicate that they should be allowed to carry, but we want to make sure that that's the case.
To do so, House reached out to the city of Little Rock several months ago, asking if the city plans to update the signs and allow enhanced carry holders to concealed carry in city-owned or operated buildings and facilities. He heard yesterday that they were working on answers for him. Today, we asked the same from the city and got this for an answer. The city attorney said the issue hasn't been decided.
We want to make sure that the city is going to honor the new enhanced license in the state of Arkansas. That's the main thing.
As for Game and Fish, the state agency said in an email that enhanced carry licensees cannot carry a gun in its office buildings or the location of its administrative hearings, which are usually at the headquarters.
We're talking about a state agency that makes its living off of citizens with firearms in the state of Arkansas.
House does not agree with their interpretations, hoping they renew their policies as the number of enhanced licenses keeps growing.
Jesse Tenur, thank you. Little Rock city leaders reject a push to make misdemeanor marijuana offenses the lowest priority for police. State Director Ken Richardson introduced this, saying the crackdown on these types of crimes is a waste of law enforcement resources.
Even though I got my record expunged, I still couldn't get a job as a fireman. I passed the test. That was 40 years ago. I passed the test, every test. Because of my record, I couldn't get a job.
The failure to pass it has a lot of unintended consequences on employment, education, and violence for that matter. I mean, I think that puts people in a lot of different categories, gets us labeled, and makes it difficult for them to fulfill their potential.
In Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville and Eureka Springs have already adopted measures like this. Richardson says he did not expect the measure to pass, but he's not done pursuing the issue. In a new court filing, 18 death row inmates say the state's execution procedure is unconstitutional. They cite witness accounts of last year's execution of 4 men. A lawyer for the inmates say it was never clear whether the Department of Correction followed guidelines. Arkansas's Attorney General calls the suit a delay of justice. Lonoke County deputies say a missing Central Arkansas woman and her 1-year-old daughter have been found in Arizona. The sheriff's office says Heather Torter and her baby, Indiana, were found safe along with the child's grandmother. They were reported missing after a court granted custody of the baby to the father. The sheriff's office says criminal charges are pending against Heather and the child's grandmother. Power expected to be back on tonight at the remaining customers affected by last weekend's storms in St. Francis County. There's still about 1,000 people out. Entergy says about 6 linemen are working in Forest City. Also in that city, organizers with the Red Cross say the shelter will stay open until further notice. Right now, they're continuing to feed and house people as they continue to assess the remaining damage. Like Miss America, Miss Arkansas will drop the swimsuit competition starting next year. This year will be the final time you will see Miss Arkansas contestants in a swimsuit. Contestants will no longer be judged on their physical appearance. Miss Arkansas starts next weekend, June 16th, at the Robinson Center. A little bit of programming. Set your calendar, set your alerts. There will be no Arkansas Today, Thursday or Friday, because we're going to bring you tennis action live from Roland Garros. The French Open 2018 starts at 11, goes until 2 o'clock. Talking about semifinals and finals. We'll see you back here on Monday.